Hello and welcome to day 18 of the team tournament. Today I'm up against ChaosAI. I've faced him a few times in the ladder, but I haven't done competitive matches in a little while. But this is a pretty interesting configuration. I made some changes to my bot behavior that I think might backfire in this matchup. But one thing of note is here in the beginning, you can see he's not actually going for the mid resource. He's got his shotgun, looks like it wants to run resources, but the rest of his bots are trying to attack mine. And this is one of the things I was talking about. I need to fix that, is my shotgun is trying to carry the resource into this base, which is not a productive use of its time. But I am going to get a resource with my assault up here at the top. Again, because he wasn't pressuring the middle resource at all, I did my bots did a pretty good job of kind of fanning out to get more map coverage. And here you can see my shotgun wants to carry this resource into the base, but it's getting pushed away because the enemy has a lot of presence there and I have none. So I think what I need to do is fix that problem. But that's alright. I know how to fix that, and I will get to work on that. But the shotgun, I think, is just gonna keep doing this for a while and just keep getting wrecked. I definitely need to fix that. But he is having a hard time scoring as well. He did manage to score one with his shotgun down here, but now his shotgun is distracted shooting at my machine gun. It could very easily capture both of these resources, even if pressured. But it seems to be more interested in retreating than scoring the points. And that's going to work out pretty well for me. My general combat seems to be as good or slightly better than his. I have the machine gun, he has a second assault, which is going to give me the advantage in direct combat. But because he has the extra assault, he has the advantage in mobility. But at this point, the machine gun is already where it needs to be. And its main job is going to be to try and move, like, being an obstacle, as I've called it before, is its main job, but its overarching goal is to get the resources away from the enemy base. So it's going to get to work on that here shortly. But you can see my shotgun and my assault did manage to make it out with one resource each. So that's going to put me up 4-1, which is a pretty solid lead. 4-2 because that other resource was still very close. But now that it's devolved kind of into a 4 versus 4 deathmatch at this point, which isn't entirely unexpected, and my bots tried to make them fairly good in this environment. His shotgun wants to pick up this resource down here at the bottom, but it is struggling to deal with the machine gun. And see how long it takes for the shotgun to lower the machine gun shields, and now that the machine gun is firing at the shotgun, it'll push the shotgun away from that resource pretty fast. My sniper there managed to get a killing blow on their assault. I think this might just be where the firing lines hold for a bit. Several of my bots are a little low on health, but the respawn is closer to me, and since these 3 bots of his don't appear to be interested in the resources at all, I think these 3 are from an Elimination AI, whereas the shotgun, a term coined by N2, he called Greedbot. Its whole job is to do the objectives while the elimination bots clear a path, and unfortunately his elimination bots, though pretty solid so far, are not able to clear a path against mine because my bots are not half bad at fighting themselves. But let's see how. There's some undesirable behavior I'm seeing out of my shotgun. I do know how to fix that, and I will have to get around to doing that before the next round. I don't know if it's going to come into play in this tournament because some of the stuff, I guess, is not too uncommon, but 6-2, I take collection, and we will go to Domination. So now here we are in Domination. I have the running theory that he's deploying elimination AIs in his collection mode, which leads me to believe he's probably deploying elimination AIs in the domination as well. Though this is interesting, he's got one sniper, one shotgun, and four assaults, which the assaults do a good job of applying pressure, but aren't that great at, uh, but they aren't at all that great at holding points. They're fairly good at attacking them, but not that great at defending them. And since domination is as much about defense as it is anything else, I think what we're gonna see here is pretty much this more or less exact thing. My shotguns just want to run around and sabotage, while the rest of my bots want to control all the, or are focused on defending the points. And he is leaving that opportunity for me. This shotgun is showing some indecisiveness, but it's because a lot of his bots are doing kind of the same thing. It's trying to respond to his bot movement. And what his bot movement is saying is they were moving back and forth, and therefore my bots were trying to move back and forth to ensure that certain objectives were met. But I am going to neutralize this last base, and I think we're going to see a bit of a scuffle here. This shotgun, I don't know if it's going to be able to get out. It was charging toward two snipers who were aiming at it for too long. He did kill one of my shotguns up top, but again, domination, killing a bot away from a base doesn't really matter at all. It really only matters if the bot is pressuring a base. And right here we can see my shotgun going to capture this bottom base. That's going to give me the 6 cap, which is normally very hard to achieve, but you can see by their behavior, these are probably elimination bots. They're kind of massing up, and they're attacking, they're pressuring, they're looking for isolated targets, that sort of thing. That's not domination bot behavior. And that goes back to one of the other things I say all the time, is that you have to play the objectives. I think if he played the objectives, this would have been a very close game. But his bots are trying to play elimination, and that's not the right game mode. Which means my bots have a tremendous advantage, as the score might suggest. At this point, he would basically have to 6 cap me and keep all of his bots on the bases for the rest of the game. And I don't think that's I don't think that's likely. Yeah, at this point, though, the score difference, if he got all 6 bases and kept all of his bots on them, he would get 54 per minute. So I'm going to go ahead and just fast forward this one, because I don't think there's any coming back from this deficit. Just wanted to stabilize the camera first, because watching on fast forward can be a little disorienting. And this is where all of the action is anyway. But that's domination. So welcome to the elimination round. I think in the other 2 game modes, he was sending domination AIs to fight, or elimination AIs to fight. And if that's the case, then this is actually his correct game mode. So let's see how this gets off. Immediately you can see we're both trying to move toward, pretty heavily toward the sniper to provide some pressure on that. Both of us did bring 2 shotguns, 2 shotguns, 2 snipers, and 4 assaults. No machine guns, which I think is interesting. But his bots all want to move, except for his snipers, all want to move into very close range. And as a result, what's happening is his bots are taking a lot of armor damage trying to close this gap. And if they were able to correctly apply pressure, they might be able to capitalize on this. But at this point, because you can see how quickly he was able to take armor off of my assault here on the bottom. But that's one bot of his down, one of his assaults. This assault here looks like it might be next. Its shield's regenerated, but multiple bots of his are very low on health. There's a second bot. He is gradually pushing me back, but he's losing too many bots in the process and losing way too much health in doing so. I suspect this might work better on some other AIs, but mine is designed specifically to deal with this kind of situation. And as a result, it is pressuring, or putting enough pressure back, and now that my shotguns have the opportunity to move in and capitalize, prior to that, they were basically just serving as a distraction and forcing the enemy to attack the relatively safe shotguns instead of something that was much more vulnerable. But nonetheless, it was a good fight. If his bots were able to push like that just a little bit safer, he might have gotten me all the way to the wall. And as I've said before, going to the wall is a surefire way to be destroyed. But that's going to be one shotgun dead, and the other shotgun dead. So good games, ChaosAI, and thank you for watching.